Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Hey. Woo! I hope that you all have enjoyed your holiday season. Of course, if you've been paying attention to my community tab, you know that I have been down bad. You know what I'm saying? These last couple of weeks, which is why I haven't been really able to post much. But I am back just in time so we can close out 2023 just right. Okay? That's right, folks. It is time for my very last fragrance haul of 2023. I cannot wait to show you all of the new scents that I have picked up and acquired over the last several months. We're going to dive right in. But before we get into today's fragrance haul, you all make sure that you are subscribed and be sure to hit that notification bell, boo, so you don't miss when I upload another video. Duh. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, I would greatly appreciate if you gave me a thumbs up because that really helps to support my channel. And of course, if you are interested in any single fragrance that I mentioned here today, please make sure that you shop via the links and the discount codes down below in the description box because that also really helps to support the channel and you're gonna buy it anyway. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Now, if you are interested in seeing all of the new fragrances that I've picked up, make sure you keep on watching. First and foremost, shout out to Twisted Lily. Those of you who follow me on Instagram know that I recently collaborated on a gift guide with them during the holiday season. And I was actually supposed to post about my gift guide here on YouTube as well. But of course, with me being so ill, I never got around to it. But let me still show you some of these options because whether it's the holidays or not, these are still great and thoughtful gifts. First and foremost is this Juliet Has a Gun Discovery Sets. If you have someone that is new to fragrance or that has complimented on your fragrance but you're not necessarily sure how it may work on their body chemistry, the list goes on and on because of how subjective fragrance really is. Discovery sets just like this one from Juliet Has a Gun is an amazing gift option regardless of if it's the holidays or not because you're able to give people different options and you're able to give people different options without spending a whole lot of coin. Okay? Amen, somebody. This discovery set actually comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Juliet Has a Gun fragrances. I have mentioned Juliet Has a Gun previously on the channel, namely their Lust for Sun scent, which is also included in this discovery set, but they also have some of their more popular scents including Vanilla Vibes, Pear Ink. They would definitely benefit from a discovery set just like this one, so definitely recommend picking that one up. In conjunction with discovery sets, samples, and even full bottles of fragrances, which we'll get into in just a minute. Did y'all know that Twisted Lily also sells home fragrance and even body care? Yes, I have been playing around with this Juliet Has a Gun not a body lotion. My lights are too bright. There we go. Here we go. Of course, this is inspired by the ever so popular Juliet Has a Gun Not a Perfume. As you probably saw in the close-up, this wasn't a gift to nobody but myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. Hashtag treat yourself. I have been using this to layer underneath some of my more soft, gentle, delicate fragrances, and this has definitely helped to amplify their projection and their performance. I'm gonna lie, I definitely underestimated the formula of this lotion. I didn't think that this would be hydrating or moisturizing at all. It's really softening to my skin and adds a really healthy, radiant glow. But this has proved to be not only moisturizing and hydrating to my skin during these colder months, but it has also been fantastic for me to use for layering, especially under some of my more delicate scents. This is a thoughtful gift for someone that's new to fragrance or isn't necessarily new to fragrance but just doesn't want their fragrance to necessarily overpower or choke people out. This is a really thoughtful gift and it's functional. 10 out of 10 would highly recommend. Remember how I said Twisted Lily is the plug for samples and full-size bottles of fragrances? This sample right here from Andrea Mack, this is called, I don't know if it's going to focus just because my lights are so bright. But anyway, this sample is called Light Source. And that baby has turned into a full bottle. Look at this packaging. Andrea Mack is a house out of Iceland. And we actually got to, as affiliates, got to actually be on a Zoom call with her. And she's just really sweet. And I really appreciate how she's taken her creativity as an artist and spun it in a new way by creating fragrances. This bottle is going to be very fingerprinty, but just bear with me. I love how odd the shape of these bottles are. Again, this is the scent Light Source, and this is a scent that I actually did get as a gift for someone. Atomizer is so good. people are absolutely going to believe that this leans masculine, and they're probably not wrong because it starts off really citrusy, spicy, and very, very green. But there's something about the way the florals are done in the mid of this fragrance that makes this a bit more unisex for me. And you all know, in my opinion, that all fragrances unisex. We can wear what we want, when we want, how we want. And that's what I'm going to do with Light Source, okay? 10 out of 10 would highly recommend. Now this, much like any other fragrance, is definitely not a safe blind buy because, as we all know, fragrance is very subjective. So I would highly recommend picking up samples. And of course, you can grab said samples at Twisted Lily. I'll make sure I have my link as well as my discount code down below in the description box. And yes, y'all, you can use my discount code on samples as well. You're welcome. Moving right along. Now this next fragrance I actually mentioned to you all in my fragrance personality tag. I'll make sure I leave that video linked up in the cards for those of you who haven't seen it. At that time, this was my most recent purchase. It is no longer my most recent purchase, but we'll get into that in just a second. Here is the full presentation. And this is Jo Malone's Ginger Biscuit. And here is how the bottle looks. And I got this on sale at Nordstrom sometime during the holiday season. And as I said in my fragrance personality tag, this purchase was absolutely inspired by Simply Aisha here on YouTube. Aisha has been talking about Ginger Biscuit on and off for years, mainly off because it went away, but came back for the holidays, and this is one of the most literal gourmand scents that I have ever in my life. It's really spicy, and you definitely get that ginger right off the rip. And as it dries down, we definitely get more into the sweet notes. That caramel, some vanilla, some tonka bean. Really, really sweet and warm. Definitely makes it literally smell like that ginger biscuit, gingerbread, ginger cookie, ginger muffin, ginger dessert. Okay, that's what you get with this, literally. Now I have worn Ginger Biscuit a few times by itself, and I've layered it with other fragrances that I'll mention to you all throughout this very extensive haul, and I like this. But one, this isn't something that I'm going to find myself reaching for much because I'm not really a gourmand girly. And two, the performance. Let's not play like we don't know that Jo Malone has a reputation. These cologne formulations can only do so much. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to get beast mode, projection, and performance for 8, 10, 12 hours with Jo Malone fragrances. At least not the cologne formulations. I have enjoyed wearing this fragrance by itself and layered a couple of times, but I haven't really been reaching for it. And if I'm not reaching for something that's relatively new to my collection, it's only going to collect more and more dust over time. I really, really like Ginger Biscuit, but I don't really respect the performance, and I'm not going to really reach for it. So I'm going to go ahead and return this one. I'm sorry. And yeah, I won't include this brand. Just put them away. Alright, this next fragrance I actually mentioned to you all in my last fragrance haul, but I had a gift set that included a travel spray and a 5ml dabber, but an opportunity came about for me to receive a full bottle in PR, so I sent that travel spray to Denise for her to go ahead and get her thoughts on the fragrance, and I got a full-size bottle. Shout out to Burberry Beauty of Burberry Goddess. So here is how it looks in the packaging. I'm just gonna open this little PR package and pull out the box. Here's how that box looks. Nice and simple. And here is the actual bottle of Burberry Goddess. And we have talked about Burberry Goddess previously on the channel, and honestly, PR or not, my thoughts haven't changed. It's still a really easy, pretty simple vanilla. This is not super innovative or groundbreaking. But it is really, really pretty, and it does give me decent performance. I tend to get about 6 to 7 hours on skin and definitely much longer on clothing. This is one that I overspray, but I tend to overspray most things. That ginger at the top is absolutely what makes it really bright and definitely gives it a tickle to my nose. But it's also really sweet and has a powderiness to it, probably because of that cacao note. There is a bit of like a dusty, powdery quality to this fragrance. Now, Goddess does have a lavender note, but I don't want that to deter my lavender haters. The lavender I find is really soft and gentle in here. The lavender doesn't make it lean masculine, at least to my nose, in the slightest bit. So you're a vanilla lover for sure, but even if you're not, definitely recommend getting your nose on Burberry Goddess. While we're talking about new designer vanillas, I also picked up a travel spray of Dolce & Gabbana Devotion, which you may have seen a short of. If you haven't seen a short, you may have seen on Instagram if you follow me over there. Yo, here is how my travel spray looks, and as you can see, this has a very substantial dent to it. I've been telling everyone in their comments that has mentioned Devotion that I have been trying to savor the last little bit of my travel spray, because it's true. In fact, I'm not even going to spray it on a tester strip because I have been loving this scent. Quinn Ray, who you may or may not remember from Natural Hair YouTube past, actually recommended this to me in the group chat, and listen, I regret nothing. This literally smells like vanilla pound cake, or like a lemon pound cake with like a vanilla icing. This also is a wonderful performer on my skin. I have gotten so many compliments in the office, so much so that my coworker actually had me write down what this was, and she picked it up because she enjoyed how it smelled on me so much. As you can see, I have been trying to save this last little bit of this travel spray because, oh my god, this smells so freaking good. I will say that if you are not a citrus fan, that citrus may come off a little bit harsh to you, but I actually pick up the candied citrus. This is actually a sweet citrus. So while it's still tangy, I still smell a sweetness coming from the citrus. I hope that makes sense. And when that orange blossom, that caramel, and that vanilla starts to come through, I just smell like a lemon pound cake with a vanilla frosting on it. It's absolutely delicious. So warm, so sweet, so cozy without doing too much and being cloying. This may not be for everybody, but this is 100% for me. Once I finally finish this travel spray, I will absolutely be getting a full bottle of this. If you or someone you know wants to smell like a delicious lemon vanilla pound cake, highly recommend getting your hands on Devotion from Dolce & Gabbana. It's too good. Another travel spray that I recently picked up that you all may have seen here on my shorts or on my TikTok or Instagram is this newest release from K. Ali, and this is the Eden Sparkling Lychee 39, and my lights are going to be too bright, so let's go ahead and just take it out of the box. Here is the travel spray, and you can see that this has a sizable dent in it as well. And this one, I have to say, I suspect is going to be another beloved fruity floral for the K. Ali house at large. I feel like this is going to be perfect for brunch. You can wear this to a little day party situation. Really youthful, flirty, fun, not so serious fragrance. I feel like this is definitely Eating Juicy Apple's big sister. Maybe a play cousin. Maybe out. If Eating Juicy Apple is 18, 19 years old, Eden Sparkling Lychee is like 21. You know what I'm saying? Old enough to vote, old enough to drink, old enough to do better. Technically grown, but still youthful and fun. That's the best way I can describe Eden Sparkling Lychee. I really like the scent and definitely recommend it if you are a fruity floral fan, but just based off of where I am in my scent journey, as well as the longevity of this fragrance on my skin, I just don't really foresee myself investing in a full-size bottle. Now that may change as this fragrance sits and macerates in my collection, because I do plan on letting this sit until we get into the warmer months, just because of how bright, juicy and sweet this fragrance is on my skin, I think I'll like it more in the warmer months. So yeah, we'll revisit this in the warmer months. But for me, at least for now, Kayali Eden Sparkling Lychee is just a strong like, not a love just yet. But we'll see if that changes in the future. This next fragrance I actually mentioned in my most recent vlog. If you haven't seen my most recent vlog, I'll make sure I leave it linked up in the cards. This is Prada Paradoxe Intense. Here is that packaging. Again, my freaking lights are too bright. I got the 1 ounce. And if you are familiar with the original Prada Paradoxe, it is the same shape bottle, but the juice is a bit lighter. This is another one I will not be wasting on a tester strip. I have mentioned the original Prada Paradoxe to you all previously on the channel. That one is a really bright, fresh, easy reach, sweet, fruity floral that I absolutely love. But this intense version has all of that plus some moss and some amber. And it just amplifies what I love about the original Paradoxe and makes it a bit more mature. And when I say mature, don't get me wrong, I don't mean old. This is still youthful, fun, and flirty, but it's also grown and sexy at the same damn time. This is another new fragrance to the collection that has just delivered the performance, the projection, the compliments. Absolutely love Prada Paradoxe Intense. Now I love them both, but at this particular point in my life, if I had to choose between the original Prada Paradoxe and the Intense, I'm going to choose the Intense just based off of how this performs and how it makes me feel. This right here is fruity floral, but it's grown, it's sexy, and it lasts. 10 out of 10 would highly recommend Prada Paradoxe Intense. Don't say I didn't tell you. Now this next fragrance is still pretty new, but I was able to find it on deep discount at the cosmetic company stores, at the outlets here in Maryland. And this is Tom Ford Rose d'Amalfi. Girl, listen, if you are not familiar, cosmetic company store is where all Estee Lauder brands overstock go, and you can get them for a steal. And speaking of a steal, here is the full-size bottle of Tom Ford's Rose d'Amalfi, and I got this in a 1 ounce. And I'm going to be honest in saying that I got this fragrance because the price was so great. It was just like, why not? Now, I ain't gonna lie, I definitely went to the cosmetic company store looking for Lost Cherry. They had Lost Cherry, but they only had it in a set. But I got my nose on this, and it's just, I am coming to accept that I am in fact a rose girly, and you do in fact need to be a fan of rose to enjoy this fragrance. There's a bit of a freshness to this fragrance as well, but it's also light and powdery. There's also an almond note in this fragrance that really helps to ground that rose and help not to make it so sharp. This is just going to be another really easy reach for me, especially come spring, summer. Yeah, Rose d'Amalfi is just really dainty and soft. So really happy to have added this to the collection and at a discount. Another really dainty, delicate fragrance that I have recently added to the collection, I've already mentioned in a couple of videos already, but this is Perfumes de Marly Oriana. If I can speak. Here's the box, and here is a close-up of the 1 ounce bottle, which is just so freaking adorable. I can't. Again, I have talked to you all about Oriana previously on the channel already. Yeah, this is definitely another really pink fragrance as well. Starts off really bright and citrusy. I think there's some orange blossom or some mandarin or something in the top, but as it dries down, we get into our white florals, which really helps to ground the fragrance and just kind of make it a little more sophisticated. I think there's some chantilly cream in the base of this as well, which also helps to sweeten it and make it really light and airy and just not real thick and dense. I think it's that chantilly cream in the base that just really adds to the creaminess and the fluffiness of this fragrance. Now, as far as performance goes with Oriana, I'm definitely getting about a solid 4 to 5 hours on skin. Definitely way longer on my clothing. With this being a lighter wear, at least on my skin, I don't get many compliments unless I'm layering it with something a bit more dense. But Oriana is definitely a beautiful scent that I love to wear when I just want to enjoy my scent bubble by myself for myself. So if you or someone you know are into really pretty, sweet, soft fragrances, definitely recommend getting your nose on Oriana from Parfums de Marly. And yes, it do smell like love, don't be shy a little bit. Now right around here is when I would tap out and just tell y'all about these in the next fragrance haul, but I need to tell y'all about these fragrances before the end of the year. This next fragrance I have had in my collection for literal months. I actually had it when I filmed my last fragrance haul, but the video had got so long, child, that I just didn't include it. But it's fine, we're gonna include it now. This is Bond No. 9's Nolita. Yes, these tacky Bond bottles. Here is a close-up of Nolita. This is the 100 ml, and because I'm not no fool, I got this on a discount site. This was actually the scent that I chose to wear to the first Beyonce show in Washington, D.C., and that was in August. So I've had this in my collection for quite some time and didn't tell y'all. Now, Nolita was definitely an impulsive blind buy purchase, but I regret nothing. Nolita opens up with tangerine and I believe freesia. So it's really just fresh and bright in that opening. And as we dry down, we get into some more of the florals, which are also really, really bright and just girly. But the dry down oftentimes with Bond is where the magic happens. That musk and that amber, the way that this performs and projects on my skin. And I'll be honest in saying that Nolita is not super complex or unique, but people be loving it, okay? This gets so many compliments and the performance goes crazy. Wear my Bonds and any other fragrance anytime I want to, but I have to say that this definitely excels in warmer months on warm skin. Nolita from Bond No. 9, everyone. We've added her to the collection. Another impulsive blind buy from Bond No. 9 is Bond No. 9's Scent of Peace for her. My lights are too bright. Come on down, baby. There we go. Thank you so much. That's more true to color. And let's go ahead and take this out of the box. So here is a close-up of Bond No. 9's Scent of Peace for her. And yep, there's a dent. There's a dent there. Yes, it is. Let me get a little scent strip. This one, Scent of Peace, is exactly that. It's so fresh, clean, effortless. But don't play with her, okay? This is white blouse, slick bun, clean girl aesthetic through and through. This, like any other fragrance, you can definitely wear all year round. But in my opinion, Scent of Peace for her is definitely going to perform its best in the hot, humid summer months. Now, personally, I don't have a performance or longevity issue when it comes to my Bond fragrances, which is why I tend to invest in them. But I can definitely be FFR and realize that freshies like this or fruity florals like Nolita may not project and perform like that on everybody. So, as per usual, especially with these niche fragrances, definitely recommend trying before you buy. Get your behind to a Bond counter, order yourself a discovery set of the Bonbons, whatever works best for you. And while the Bond DNA may not be for everybody, I have been a huge fan this year and my secret's finally out. Another Bond No. 9 added to the collection, Scent of Peace for her. Last but not least, for my birthday / Christmas gift to myself, I got one of my wish list scents that I actually mentioned to you all also in that fragrance tag that I left linked up in the cards. I recently did an unboxing here on YouTube, also on my Instagram and TikTok, and it's a little ASMR moment, so if you're into that, make sure you watch that after this video. This is another fragrance that I came across on a discount site at a price that finally I was willing to pay, and I'm so glad that now that I know better, I do better. This is Byredo's Mojave Ghost. Again, shout out to Quinn for being toxic and having me try this on the way to a Beyonce show. So here is the full-size bottle of Mojave Ghost. My lights are too bright. Oh, there it goes. That's kind of how the bottle looks. It's really simple, minimalistic, really basic. This is definitely the era that I'm in when it comes to my fragrance journey at this point. I'm definitely in my Your Skin But Better era. You know what I'm saying? I just want to smell like me. You know what I'm saying? But better. Mojave Ghost just gives me that. Another really fresh, clean, woody, easy, everyday reach. But just a little bit different. I just love having different variations of my skin but better scents. I have been wearing this practically every day since I have opened it, and I still haven't made a dent, which makes me very happy because I want this to be in my collection forever. In conjunction to being a rose girly, I think I'm a freshy girly as well, and this is just another freshie to add to my lineup. And don't get me wrong, this has been cool in the cold, but I cannot wait to see how this performs this spring and summer now that I have my own full bottle, because I really enjoyed how it performed at the Beyonce show. But now that I have my own bottle and I can go in, okay, it's over. It's over for everybody. I just absolutely love this. This is definitely not a room filler. This is not a beast performer. This is not a 12+ hour fragrance. This is not giving you that, okay? But it is really fresh, pretty, simple, clean, easy to reach for. And that's just been my vibe lately. Am I obsessed? Maybe a little bit. Do I regret it? Absolutely not. Mojave Ghost from Byredo, everybody. So yes, folks, I had to close out this year with showing you all of the new fragrances that I have picked up in 2023 because I want to do an inventory of sorts in the new year, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I truly hope that you all have enjoyed this very last fragrance haul of 2023 and that you all are enjoying your holiday season. Make sure you drop in the comments and let me know if you try any of the fragrances that I've mentioned here today or if you're interested in trying them. And of course, if you are interested in any of the fragrances that I mentioned here today, make sure you shop via the links and the discount codes. You're welcome, down below in the description box. Now, on your way to watching another video of mine, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year. Thank you all so much for watching. Please, please, please be safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Now that I finally told y'all all my business, I can take all of my fragrances back to my shelf and my super cute Twisted Lily Christmas gift. Isn't that so cute? Because yes, I do smell good.